The most ridiculous power in the world, the Hito Hitonomi mythical type model, Nika, with 2 Ks, baby, Nika. What in God's green earth is Monkey Nika Luffy about to pull off on Kaido? Based on what I'm seeing on Twitter, folks think it's going to be like some Conor McGregor 20-second knockout on Jose Aldo or something. Slept him! It's going to be easy. It's going to be a low diff. But let's look at what the girls say real quick about his ability in the Viz media translation so we can know exactly what we're dealing with here. And I quote, "Possessing a body with the properties of rubber and fighting in whatever way he fancies, bringing smiles to the faces of the people, the warrior of liberation, also known as Nika, the sun god. The awakening brings his rubbery body greater physical strength and freedom, baby." With that in mind, what can we expect? What can we expect that is going to be just absolutely positively nuts for Monkey Massive Nika D Luffy? First of all, comboing Gear 2 to Gear 4, all of the Gear 4s together. Imagine an elephant Gatling with the control and acceleration speed of a black mamba. House-sized wrecking balls moving at accelerated speeds endlessly, continuously chasing you no matter where you go or what you do. That is a tall order to deal with, even by Gojo Satoru to deal with.
大丈夫。僕最強だから。
Instead of Gomu Gomu Rocket, it's going to be Gomu Gomu Nuke. Tankman plus Gear 2 is a very, very scary thing. Instead of the Gomu Gomu Storm, it's going to be the Gomu Gomu ever-changing meteor shower with different size and speed fist raining down you from above. The second thing I think we're going to see, once again, is Chibi Luffy. That's correct. Chibi Luffy in conjunction with a potential giant Luffy. Imagine someone that is shorter than, let's say, a Lord of the Rings dwarf, like a Schmeagle, and then they make a fist the size of a building.
Bruh, chill.
Oh no! I think Luffy is going to be able to change his own size at will to avoid attacks and also enhance his own attacks. Nezuko became smaller and could dodge attacks all uwu-like, and it's so cute and so kawaii desune. But in Luffy's case, it's gonna be a little bit more Looney Tune-like, a little bit more Wile E. Coyote, a little more Meep Meep. It's gonna be weird, it's gonna be funky as all hell. When he's running around at super speeds in chibi form, he's gonna tread the ground so quickly, he's gonna make flaming tracks like what we saw on Punk Hazard, and then he's gonna jump into the air and expand into a giant instantly and do a belly flop on Kaido's head, like he jumped off the top of a wrestling ring rope for a frog splash. Speaking of which, actually, when it comes to this man flying, why even bother kicking the air? Just use Gum Gum No UFO and slap on some Gear 2 and just fly around like an asshole, like it's some sort of Martian spaceship. Be the thing that the Naruto runners wish they saw in Area 51. And on top of that, why not slap on some Gear 3 to that Gear 2 UFO and be the Independence Day UFOs? Ew, no, Luffy's about to slap. Oh, wow. Oh my God. And then we know that the smoke fusion string that we see around his arms and shoulders, that appears to be a feature of the Nika God ability. So it actually might be usable in combat too. Oh, now we're thinking. It is a feature of the god Nika. So why not actually use that weird smoke string rope around its arms and shoulders in actual combat? Like, let's say some Wonder Woman action, and then he just throws that and lassos in anyone that tries to avoid and dodge the Monkey Massive Nika D. That is a very scary proposition, ain't no doubt. And then Luffy can control the environment at will regardless. So let's say he's going headfirst into a mountain. Well, I mean, who cares? No worries. just turn the mountain into a trampoline and then just rebound from the mountain and do extra damage to whoever threw your ass in that mountain in the first place. But wait, oh no, Kaido is swinging his club at Luffy. Oh my goodness, oh golly, oh jeepers. Who really cares? Just turn the club into a cheap rubber knockoff that they sell at a corner store for $3, and guess what? That does 0 damage. Kaido can vaporize a mountain. Again, it doesn't mean much when you can just control the environment at will. So just grab some rocks and just literally make as many mountains as Kaido wants to vaporize. Cause you're monkey massive Nika D Luffy. Well, what if Kaido gets really, really mad and he tries to bite Luffy like what Momonosuke did to him? Oh, shucks. Well, unfortunately for Kaido, that just ain't gonna work. No big deal. Because you can just make Kaido's teeth into those fake rubber teeth that you wear for a Halloween party, and they don't hurt at all. Sure, why not? Because Luffy can control the environment at will, probably including other people. We've seen Law and Kid do it. Why not Monkey Massive Nika D? But to be fair, to be very, 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 very fair, Haki does exist. And Kaido's club and teeth have gotta hurt when Haki is coated onto them, which is correct.
Correct.
But Luffy's whole body can expand and contract at will, potentially. And when he does so, innately, he is changing the structure and location, oddly enough, of his own internal organs. So just kind of specify it, like pinpoint it. Yeah, you're taking damage, but in Luffy's case, maybe do some Nika shenanigans and slightly change the location of a liver or a kidney or two. Maybe even your own heart. That wouldn't necessarily be outside the scope of the monkey massive Nika D. After all, we have seen other people in the series like NL, like Doflamingo, do some shenanigans with their own internal organs as well. So why can't monkey massive Nika D do the same thing? When you eat a mythical Zoan named after a deity, a lot of times you just tend to be built different. Yeah. A lot of times you just tend to be built different. And what I just said, all these things are all possible for what Luffy can do. The possibilities are quite literally endless. And we're not even combining these things yet with Haki or the fire attacks that he has innately. And if you combine those two things with just what he can do with the ability of the Nika alone, then he has an absolutely haunting range of attacks. What you should do on your free time is go through the One Piece Wikia and go through all of his Gomu Gomu attacks and just think about how these attacks, just through Gear 4, Gear 2, and Gear 3 combinations alone, could be enhanced. This is some very haunting stuff that Luffy could genuinely do in the very, 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 very near future. And if things like resin are still in play, then whoever his next opponent is, they better pray to God Usopp, because only he can save them from this predicament, which is the onslaught of the monkey massive Nika D. And this is all just simply based on what the Gorosei say in the Viz Media translation. If Luffy starts doing some really weird things, like he starts punching through the manga panel frames, or starts bending the manga panel frames, like what you see in some old kid comics, all bets, all of them, go out the window.